Week 5 is in the books. Gentlemen, a lot to unpackage in today's segment. So let's see how can we approach this, right? Um First and foremost, what can we how can we start off by saying injuries? Wow, there's certainly a lot of injuries coming out of this week 5. Uh what has changed? What has changed that is creating this influx of injuries, especially like, we're still not even halfway through the season and we're already starting to see some big time names. I can name some of them off the top of my head, but I mean, Daniel Jones has a neck. He's wearing an MRI. Austin Eckler, I believe he should be coming back with a high ankle sprain. Anthony Richardson, they're saying week 12 for him. James Conner, they're saying, I believe, either this week he should be back within week 9, 3 weeks, they're saying. Javonte Williams also dealing with a little bit of an injury there. Devon, A-Chain, right, Harv? I mean,
Yeah.
he's been a great find for the Dolphins. Khalil Herbert, Rashawn Johnson, also the running back for the Bears. Both running backs for the Bears. T. Higgins, I believe he's out. Justin
Yep.
Jefferson is out for a couple of weeks. Mike Evans is still dealing with that hamstring issue. Deontay Johnson still has that hammy. Pat Freiermuth, this is insane. Donald Parham, Zay Jones, Tank Dell, Chris Olave, Deshaun Watson, Greg Dulcich, and Travis Kelce. I mean, it's crazy when we look at at the list of the names. I mean, these are very important players for their teeth, man. Like, what is it? I mean, I know people want to say turf and they want to blame the turf, they want to blame this, they want to blame that, but maybe more so the topic of the conversation that is ruining a lot of these players' opportunities to play a full season healthy?
Yeah, man, it's like a league wide injury bug going on, man. Like it's so much going on. Everybody's dropping out like flies. Talking about star players. These are players we know. I mean, no offense to the players that are second, third string, but these guys are getting hurt, getting banged up. You look at just from a Patriot standpoint. Juju Smith-Schuster and they had a concussion protocol is now. You normally don't play that next week. If you suffer concussion the week prior, you normally don't play that next week. It's a long protocol. Then you got some of these injuries like Chris Olave with a toe injury, Leighton Vander Esch with the neck injury. He just could be long term because he's had neck issues in the past coming out of college, and he's getting up there in age and whatnot. I believe he's on a 2 year deal with Dallas, but he got to think more long term life after football. So that was a scary situation when I seen that one happen or whatnot. Cause I automatically went back to look. I said, oh, he's had those issues in the past, and the Donovan Wilson, like I said, it's a Daniel Jones, Saquon, T. Higgins. You can go on and know it take the whole show to go through all the names, but it's a lot going on right now with these injuries. But hey, it's a contact sport. These guys know what they sign up for. It's a contact sport, but like the old saying goes, if you're hurt in college, you could be hurt in the pros. So I mean, a lot of these guys, like some players, I mean, knock on wood, they don't suffer injuries like that. And some players just not as lucky as others. But it's crazy, man. Is what's going on right now with these injuries. Taking that sight and the fun out too, because we want to see these things and these players at their best.
I think for me, man, it's what do you want? They wanted a shorter preseason, right? Because they didn't want players to get hurt. And you have a shorter preseason, and then the starters don't even play. So is it that, or I don't think we'll ever figure this out. I think there's one denominator out of all of this, and that's the turf, man. The turf monster, right? Is that what it is?
I don't believe
Because
I don't believe
because I look, this is my thing, man. There's no give. It's concrete underneath that thing. That's what people don't understand. So there's no give. But for me, I don't know. Injuries are going to happen in the sport. It's a violent sport. It's fast. They're getting faster and stronger. You're going to have a lot of injuries. I don't think it has to do anything just the fact that this sport is getting a lot more. I'm not saying a lot more violent, but it kind of is because people are getting faster, stronger. Like it's pretty crazy. It's just that kind of sport. I think people are going to get hurt.
I don't know, man. I really do believe in you got to be careful about speaking certain things into your life, man, because there's no saying, man. If you believe in the boogeyman long enough, guess what you're gonna end up seeing is the boogeyman. So if you get that, if you start thinking about injuries and injuries and injuries, well, guess what? You're gonna welcome into your life, man, an injury. Mike Porche, it's been a while, yee, right? Because I believe he's an Eagle fan. I believe they're 5-0 now. So he says it's turf, banned turf, and the lack of mobility training. There might be something there to look into. I know we are live currently on the Cowboy Cast on TikTok right now. Of course, there everybody just wants to just continue to crap on Dak Prescott. But I did see somebody put a good comment there. Um, they said injuries are part of the game.
Yep.
I mean, but plain and simple, man. But let's go ahead and recap this week 5, man. Let's get it, and see about it. So the Bears went in last Thursday to the Commanders, and believe it or not, guys, the Bears are they actually got their first win of the season, being a Commanders team that has a relatively strong defensive line. It looks like they're trending the right direction, but I mean, what can you guys recall from this game? What happened? What happened to his Commanders team?
I think it's the best I've seen Justin Fields look his 3 years in the these last two games. I know they had a big lead on Denver a couple weeks ago when I was down in Dallas for that debacle of the game between the Patriots and the Cowboys. They had a big lead on Denver, but Denver did come back. Um, then this past week against Washington, they start out hot, man. Fields pushing the ball down the field. DJ Moore, a complete no one wide receiver, he's going off. They got rid of Chase Claypool, trading him to Miami, but it seemed like kind of opened up team holes for this team, man. Like what I seen out Chicago, I don't know who they played this coming week 6, but I know that they've had like this little mini bye. But can't wait to see what else Justin Fields has in store. But he's been playing good ball. I think he's second in the league right now with 11 touchdowns. So yeah, he's second in the league. That's big, right? Big jump. It's crazy the conversation we were having less than 2 weeks ago about is he the right guy? Now it's this. So I mean, it's good for Justin Fields.
I think the big difference with the Bears, man, was I think they let Justin Jefferson know that, hey, you have a playmaker on the outside. That should be your first read. And they went to him and they went to him constantly. And it's like, why don't you just double team him, man? But they never did. So he made them pay every time. But they do look a lot better. Their defense looks a lot better. I believe they got their first sack, I think, that night. I mean,
Yeah,
the
yep.
Commanders, man, their defense is, for the most part, they've been pretty good. Right now, they're ranked 25th in the NFL in yards.
Yep. Then that's Justin Fields, Harvey, not Justin Jefferson. I got
Justin Fields. I'm sorry. Justin Fields. I'm
Even
sorry.
loyalty for lifetime on TikTok says DJ Moore, bro, and Justin Fields. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, that's what happened, man. And so to me, I think DJ Moore had a historic night too, man. And I want to bring up, why didn't they replay this? That they said that he stepped out. They never showed that. That bothered me. He would have had another touchdown. I'm just saying.
Just
But
imagine what his yards would have been had they not called it out, man. Because he had about damn near 200 yards. Like
yeah,
DJ Moore don't get a lot of credit, maybe because he was playing at Carolina and they didn't really have a quarterback. But DJ Moore's a top 15 receiver. I think he's the number one guy.
Man, he's doing good, man. I mean, like, and he has that rapport, that build with Justin Fields, and if this continues to go, holy smokes, we're talking about a top 10 wide receiver at the end of the year.
Yeah, man. Hey,
yeah.
hint to somebody. And I ain't calling no names, but you see what happens when you get your quarterback a wide receiver, right? Patriots. I mean, I'm just saying that you see what happens. You see what happens when you get. You see what happens when you see what happens when you build around your team and get your quarterback, surround your quarterback with talent. That's all I'm saying.
My thing is, what if DJ Moore would have stayed with Carolina though, Kendall?
Ooh, I would love to see him and Bryce. Bryce Young's struggling right now because they
But
don't
I'm
have.
saying, like, why would they do that if they knew they're going to draft a quarterback?
Well, they had to get up in position. They had to. I mean, they add in DJ Moore in the deal.
Yeah,
So
you're right.
I guess they. I mean, then now they don't have a first round pick this year.
Yeah, it is what it is, man.
The Jags went and handled business with the Buffalo Bills. Is it? Let me ask you this: is it just a London thing, guys, or I mean, weird things happen when NFL teams go play in London, man.
Yep, that was my pick of the week. I kind of figured Jacksonville was gonna win that game. Buffalo was coming off riding high, beating the mess out of Miami. Then they got to travel across seas to London. Jacksonville always play good down there. It seemed like, And
Yeah.
yeah, Jacksonville. I thought Buffalo was going to come back, but I knew when Buffalo got to a slow start, I already knew what type of game it was going to be. Stephon Diggs getting frustrated on the sideline. Jacksonville puts it on him. Jacksonville win. Travis Etienne way to close them out.
I was shocked on this one, man. I thought Buffalo was gonna handle business for sure, but they just laid an egg, man. I don't know what happened, and then they kind of came back, and then ETN just slipped through that line, man, and kind of blew the game away. But I didn't think the Buffalo Bills were gonna lose, man. Especially the way the Jaguars have been playing, and the way they played against was it Atlanta or Texans? No, was it Texans?
Mhm.
The
No,
Texans, the
yeah.
Texans, yeah. I was just, I don't know, man. It's the whole AFC seems like it's up and down to me.
I mean, it looks like it's in shambles right now. Even mainstream media is saying that too. I'll tell you this: Buffalo did look like they were giving a little late rally at the end, but
Yeah.
Jacksonville had already set themselves to win. Saints 34, Patriots 0. Damn, Kendall. I'll
I'll
let
take.
you start it off.
Yeah, I'll take this one over. Just it's unfortunate, man. Like you go down to Dallas, a game I was at, and you lose what 38, 34 to 3 or whatever it was. And then you hear from the media all week about the quarterbacks, the offensive line. Is it the quarterback, the offensive line, the receivers? It's a lot going on there in New England. On a positive note, the defense is fine, but it's the offense, and like that defense ain't gonna keep saving your butt if your offense ain't doing it. You going 3 and out. You can't. Man, you Mac Jones lead the league in pick sixes this year. He had what 4 interceptions the last 2 games. Two of them. I mean, two of them for pick sixes. Like it's a disaster that's going on right now in New England, man. It's a mess. It's pathetic. It's embarrassing. I'm just running out of just words to say about it, man. It's frustrating. As a fan, because I have to cover the team and I'm a content creator with the paper. It's just bad right now, man. So that like I don't I don't even know, man. I'm preparing for the worst. I'm looking forward. Earlier, I was looking at draft prospects and stuff, man, and I'm already moved
No,
on,
come on,
man. Like
man.
I've moved on, man. We got the Raiders this week,
Week
but
5 or going into week 6, Kendall.
I'm moved on, man. I just can't. I've seen enough, man. Let's just get it over with.
And you were to think that out of all the teams, you would think that it's the Cowboys nation that would feel it the most, right? But no, I guess Patriots feel it just as bad. Titans lose to the Colts without Anthony Richardson.
Oof, Tennessee. Well, I want to say the Colts are playing some good ball right now. And Harvey, he was on top of me. He said Anthony Richard was playing the best out of all the rookies or whatnot. And unfortunately he did get hurt. But the Colts are playing some good ball. Nobody's talking about it right now. I would love to see his team at full strength, man. I do think they need to add another playmaker on the outside. But on that defense is fine. They got Josh down. Jonathan Taylor's back. Um, I thought the Titans could go in there and get that one, but they didn't. But the Colts are playing some good ball right now. They can keep it up, get Richardson back in a few weeks. Colts might be a team to watch down the stretch, man. I like what the Colts are doing there. A lot of people didn't think the Colts were going to do much this year.
I did.
He did. He did. He actually did.
I did. I actually said at the beginning of the season, said, you know what, the Colts might have a chance with the
Very
quarterback.
quite. The AFC South is getting interesting too.
Yeah, it is really starting. That's the thing, is that it's still wide open because I mean, I kind of like I said, Trevor Lawrence, I love him, but he kind of reminds me of Tony Romo as far as he goes and throws 3 picks before he throws a touchdown. You know what I mean? So with that kind of formula, I don't know if it'll work out. But hey, shout out Colts, Anthony Richardson. I know Harvey was big on Anthony Richardson being actually pound for pound the best, one of the top quarterbacks in this year's this this year's NFL draft. Ravens lose to the Steelers, guys.
That was a shock, man. I think if you look at the Ravens and you watch the game, I don't know how many did they have, like 5 or 6 drops? Maybe more. I know they had 2 drops in the end zone in their hands to win the game. That game should have been a blowout, but the Ravens just kept giving the Steelers chances, man, and they won it at the end. So
I mean, George Pickens looking like the real deal too. Kendall,
yeah.
tell me a little bit about George Pickens, please.
Oh man, could have been another guy that could have been a Patriot, man.
Why do you, Jerry? Why do you do that, man?
Oh my God,
Look,
bro!
Look,
Every
for those that
time,
don't know, Kendall is a wide receiver guy. So when he sees a wide receiver, he knows. He knows.
Oh man,
And he had been telling me, I mean, he had been telling us all on East West Man, I want George Pickens to be a Patriot. And
Man, we got Taquan Thornton out of man. Oh my gosh, man. But that's just one of the many misses, man. Just one of the many misses, man. It's crazy. But yeah, Steelers playing some good ball the past couple weeks. I love that young core they got on the offense side of the ball. They just gotta stay healthy. I think the tight end Freeman is dealing with some injuries and whatnot, but they got some dogs there. I can't believe they won that game. But on Baltimore, just the fact that the wide receivers dropping, I'm not surprised Nelson Aguilar dropped. He always been doing that since he's been in the league. But Bateman, Zay Flowers, OBJ's, he's in and out of the lineup with injuries. Like it's in the past couple years, Baltimore's really struggled to finish these games out. Y'all remember the game last year against Jacksonville? Down in Jacksonville, they had the lead. Jacksonville came back and beat them and won the last second field goal. But Baltimore, I don't know if it's coaching or what there, but that's the division they should take by storm this year, and they struggling right now. So hats off to Steelers, good win though. But if Baltimore would have won that game, they would have been 3-0 in the division. All three of the games would have been on the road. That would have been good for Baltimore, but they couldn't get it done.
So according to True Media on Twitter, the Ravens had 7 drop passes that night.
wow.
I only
Tied third,
seen 3.
tied third most for one game.
Mm.
And just so we're on let me see, did we what do you say? What did Mike Prochet? For sake of the legacy, let Dak finish the season. Jeez Louise. Even Mike Prochet's taking shots. But apparently Dak is the worst quarterback. But when did people start holding Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson accountable for the same kind of play?
Mm.
They won't do that.
Well, they don't have a star on the helmet.
They're getting paid more than they're both getting paid way more than Dak Prescott. Anyways, let's get back on subject. Panthers lose to the Lions 42-24.
Yeah, Panthers not looking good right now. This game was competitive for a little bit back and forth, but Detroit, they're playing some good ball. Hats off to Detroit. While big Detroit Lions guy, but Detroit playing some good ball right now. I look they schedule, man. They can go on a little run here.
Yep.
They don't really play nobody that's really that I think can really get them a dogfight in the next few weeks. But it's the NFL. Any week there can be a slip up. But Detroit's playing some good ball, man. Carolina, I think nobody really had expectations for Carolina this year because they're a young team, young quarterback, whatnot. But I think Carolina they're gonna start building for the future and get them. I think they got some cap space next year. They don't have a first round pick, but they need to build around that quarterback. Get them some playmakers on the outside. Get them some guy that can separate. You got 2 band-aids at wide receiver and DJ Chark and Adam Thielen. You need something long term there to build with build with your quarterback, build around them, and see what you got there in Carolina. But I like the future there in Carolina, but just not this year.
You're saying they need a DJ Moore type wide receiver? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Wish they would have kept him.
Now, for me, Detroit, I think they're supposed to win these games. At the end of the day, they're the better team, so they showed they could. The only thing is, they did give up 24 points against this Carolina team. That's a lot.
It's a lot.
So for me, I think Kendall hit it right nail in the head, man. I think there's kind of maybe 4 tough teams that they're gonna play following, after this win. I only see 4 teams that they're gonna have a hard time with. Other than that, man, they should roll. They should for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I tried saying that Detroit was up there as far as they could be up there with the 49ers, the Eagles, the Cowboys.
Yeah, I won't buy it during the off season. I really won't.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, well, we get it, but hey, I mean, I expect that Ben Johnson's he's gonna be a head coaching candidate, one of the top
Yep,
head coaching
for
candidates,
sure.
because he's made Jared Goff look like a superstar. In fact,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
even think Walter accepts Jared Goff as his quarterback. Texans lose to the Falcons 19-21.
This was an interesting game, man. This was an interesting game. CJ Stroud going up against Desmond Ritter. I thought that Texas was gonna pull it out because they've won 2 straight. CJ Stroud is not leading the league in passing, but he's in tops in the league in passing. Actually, the past few weeks, man, and I like the Texans' little weapons they got with Tank Dell, Nico Collins, Former Cowboy Dalton Schultz, and they got what's the kid out of John Mechie. They got Robert Wood. They got some guys there. Like the running back there, but they building something there in Houston. Not top 10 in talent, but they still see just some guys make players better. And CJ Stroud making these guys better, man. I love when I see him down there very quietly. Carolina might be having a conversation. Did they get the wrong quarterback? It might be too early for that, but
Kendall,
yeah,
what did you
it might
say?
it might be too early for it. But I think some people might say they might should have got Stroud. It's too early to tell right now, though. But from the Falcons, I like what the Falcons are doing too. That was a nice win for them to pull out. Desmond Ridder played one of his best games this week. Had a 300-yard game. I love what I'm seeing from Bijan Robinson. Kyle Pitts finally got involved. Drake London, they got some nice. Jonnu Smith won't doing nothing his 2 years in New England, but boy, he's got right with the Falcons, man. He's playing some good ball, man. That defense very quietly playing good, man. Watch out for the Falcons, man. Watch out for the Falcons, man. I like what I'm seeing from them. But yeah, good win.
Especially with the Saints. You know what I mean? Like the Saints are not what we thought they were gonna. I mean, they've been winning, but
It ain't no. I thought the Saints were going to be in the NFC Championship game, but
they
yeah.
have. That's why you're saying be careful with these Falcons because that South is up, the NFC now South is up still for grabs.
Three teams, right?
I thought the Texans were gonna win this game, man.
Me too.
They should have won the game, but that amazing catch by BJ Robinson, man, that was amazing. I don't know if you guys saw it or not.
It's just a thing of
like,
beauty, man.
No, you're right. Atlanta bounced back, and Ridder, I thought he was gonna have like 3 or 4 interceptions again, but that's good for him, man, that he bounces back from that horrible game that he had. So good for them. But yeah, they're looking good though, Kendall. You're right.
Giants at Dolphins, and what do you know? The Dolphins win with fashion, 31-16.
Yeah, wasn't Tua's sharpest game. He did throw 2 picks, but like I said, that's a tell of a good team. You can win big when your team still when you don't even look the best. So that's good. Giants got Daniel Jones got hurt. Saquon didn't play. I think I seen a clip of him argue with a fan on the sideline or something like that. But I believe that was Saquon Barkley I seen. But they a lot going on down there in New York, man. They might be in the quarterback market in the draft next year. I think Daniel Jones I think that window's closing there for the Giants. I really can see it, man. I think they can be in the quarterback market this offseason, man. I know they just gave him the deal or whatnot, but bro, I think
the deal's gonna make
Kendall.
it hard.
I know, but I'm telling you what I've been hearing from, and I have my sources as well. They could be in the quarterback market this offseason, man. I'm telling you, that's what I'm hearing. And
$40 million to a man that's gonna be your quarterback.
Yeah, yes.
Crazy.
I bet you they wish they can take that deal back. But yeah, the Giants, I don't like what I'm seeing there from the Giants, whatnot. Dolphins, I hate they lost the running back, A-Kane. Did I say it right?
Yeah, A-Chain.
Yeah, A-Chain. Yeah, he's gonna be out by the good month. Want to see what I think he was leading the league in most explosive plays or something like that.
Yeah.
But the Dolphins can stay healthy. They're gonna be there, and they're gonna be there in AFC. They just gotta stay healthy. But they schedule really weak here coming up too.
Just so y'all know, Ralphie the Ruler on Instagram says, "Salute, fellas. Salute. Appreciate it, man." Yeah, the Dolphins and Giants, man. I think it was a close game for a little bit, and they kind of started off slow a little bit. And then you thought they're driving and gonna score and not make it a game. And then he gets picked off, Tua, for a 102-yard pick six, man. That was crazy. And then you're like, okay, it's a game now. But yeah, at the end of the day, great teams find ways to win, man, at the end of the day. And that's what the Dolphins did. But hey, the Giants, it's more than Daniel Jones, man. They need to redo that offensive line.
The whole offense.
Look, I started the trenches, man. You have to start at the trenches.
I mean, the good thing with Saquon is he doesn't really need much to get going.
No.
He should be the centerpiece, but the thing is that I think the injury really set them back with him. Bengals defeat the Cardinals 34-20. At one point, this was actually a really close game.
Man, Cardinals been fighting like hell all year, man. A lot of people thought that they was going to be probably the number 1 overall. They're going to get the guy that Caleb Williams out of USC.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be Tampa Bay, but damn, Tampa Bay's looking okay. But yeah, the Cardinals, every game they've lost, I don't think they've been blown. They've been in. You know, they beat Dallas a few weeks. They was in it with the Washington. They was in it with the Giants. Like they've been in every freaking game, man. So
Every
ha-
game.
yeah, hats off to Arizona. Now all this they still get end up with number one overall pick. We seen weird things happen. Team just go rock bottom after a while. But they tease us for about the first month of the season, then they go back to their old ways. But yeah, I like what I'm seeing for Arizona. They do got some talent, and that defense ain't too bad. They need a couple
No.
people on offense. But yeah, the fact that this game was close and with the talent disparity with Cincinnati, I think Cincinnati should have blown them out or whatnot. But everybody's thinking Cincinnati is they're back, they're about to be this nice old machine. Not so fast. Like, let's just hold off a little bit. I still don't think Burrow's healthy. They got a huge game this week against Seattle. A team that's coming off a bye. I think that might be one of the games of the week, along with the Monday night game that we're gonna get into in a little bit. But yeah, Seattle, Cincinnati this Sunday. But Cincinnati, I don't know if they're back yet. Chase went off though. Jamar Chase did go off.
He
The
did.
guy, yeah, they gotta get T. Higgins back. But yeah, just hold off. I want to see a little more from Cincinnati. I know Joe Burrow is your guy, Jerry, but I just want to hold off a little bit.
I get it. I get it. I get it.
So my thing with the Cardinals, right? What's crazy is that I haven't heard anything about Kyler Murray, right?
It
And
doesn't.
then
They're trying to bring him
this
back.
last week, there was just an article written that somehow, some way, the Cardinals are done with Kyler Murray and they're going to move on. Now, is that because Dobbs is playing so good?
I've seen that.
You saw that, Kendall? Like now they're talking about it. So is this their
Yeah.
guy?
No.
Well,
I'm saying I've seen the article on Murray. Dobbs ain't their guy.
But I'm
Well,
saying like
hey, Dobbs is a freaking smart player, man. Like he's just a smart human being. I think he's a rocket science, isn't he?
yeah, he's pretty
Yeah.
smart.
But with Dobbs, I think that this Cardinals team really believes in him. So I don't know if he's the long-term answer.
How old is he about?
Who,
Like
Dobbs?
26?
Well, I think he was an older prospect when he came
Yeah,
in.
he's been a journeyman though for the most part.
I mean, he was with the Titans last year with the Cowboys, right?
Cleveland, Pittsburgh. He's been on like 3 or 4 teams.
Yeah, but alone, like I think was it the Titans that elevated him to
Yeah. I
Cowboys?
remember he played on that Thursday night game. Yeah.
He's only 28, man.
So
And
yeah,
you got to think, how much wear and tear does he have?
he doesn't have that much.
That's what I'm saying.
So just shout out real quick to Stephen White. Hi y'all,
Stephen White, what's up?
Jerry Javier, and he gives you the fire. Monica Pearl. Hi, hey guys, still recovering from the loss. Gotta regroup, make changes, and get to work. If the 2011 Giants could win a Super Bowl with the worst record, we could still do this. We had the potential. Remember, Monica Pearl is on Cowboy Cast. We are gonna get to the Cowboys a bit. Hey, Eagles take care of Rams. Eagles are now 5-0 also. Shout out to good teams. What do you guys thoughts on this one?
Eagles, another team that haven't looked their best, but they're still finding ways to win games. They're undefeated. Hats off to Philly, man. That's a tell of a good team when you can win games and not be at your best. The Rams, I thought the Rams were gonna pull this one off, man. I love what I'm seeing. They got Cooper Kupp back. Rams, another team a lot of people thought was just gonna have a top 10 pick or something like. They thought they were gonna be bad, but they're showing some fight, man. They got 2 receivers now. Just traded Van Jefferson to the Raiders, not the Raiders, but the Falcons. The guy Puka Nakura, I know I didn't say his name right or whatnot, but
That's about right.
yeah, he's playing some good ball, man. Beat James Bradbury right there off on the right side. Cooper Kupp is back. I like what I'm saying for the Rams. They got a nice young nucleus there, man. So just watch out for the Rams. I think they're gonna sneak into the playoffs. I think the Rams gonna sneak in there.
Aren't they one of the youngest teams in the NFL?
Well, but besides Stafford and Donald, yeah, for the most part, Cooper Kupp's gonna look old too.
Yeah, man, that receiver, I don't know how he I think he was in the 5th round, right, Kendall?
Out of BYU, yeah.
Oh
man.
my God, man! I'm like,
Cooper,
how he almost looks like Cooper Kupp, the way he catches the ball. You know, like it's crazy. But yeah, man, I was watching that game, and I thought the Rams had it, man. I thought the Rams were gonna win that game, and here comes Philly, man, driving down. But you're right. Look, Philly does not look good at all, but they keep winning. Man. I don't know what it is, but at the end of the day, I guess it's coaching, right?
Yeah, I
Some
think.
team,
Yeah, I think Philly. We're gonna talk about the team in a little bit, but I think Philly and San Fran are on a collision course later on in the year in December. If those two, now I don't think both are gonna be undefeated. I think they play in December. Don't think somebody one of them gonna slip up, if not both. But they're on a collision course there in the NFC because the NFC is really not. You got Philly, you got San Fran, you got Dallas, outside Seattle, Detroit. Outside of that, that's really about it in the NFC. I do think the Rams could sneak in there, but I think it's definitely between San Fran and Philly right now in the collision course. I cannot wait to see that game later on this year.
And it's gonna happen. It's gonna go down. Jets 31, Broncos 21. So the Jets come away with this win.
Yes, man. This was the Sean Payton game, the Sean Payton and Nathaniel Hackett game. It's very interesting what's going on in Denver because Russell Wilson ain't playing bad, but they're still losing. So, I mean, you could be playing bad and still lose. Like, so total opposite what's going on in New England. Mac Jones is playing bad, but they're losing. But Russell Wilson's playing, he's playing good, and they're losing. So I mean, it's just you got to ask yourself, he's not the Russell ain't the problem, but he's the solution. So it's gonna be interesting to see what goes on there in Denver. They do play Thursday night. We can get into that in a minute against Kansas City. But damn, man, I don't, and we know Sean Payton. He got zero tolerance.
yeah,
Zach Wilson, he's starting to look a little better. He didn't. He had threw a pick against Denver, but I don't think he was the reason they won. It was the running game, Brees Hall, and
yeah.
their defense. But yeah, Jets are starting to come on a little bit. And then you got see what's going on in Denver, man. They got a big game Thursday night against Kansas City. I think if Denver loses to Kansas City, they're gonna start selling.
Yeah, and those reports are coming out. And what you're saying is, there's going to be a lot of players being traded out of Denver,
Yeah.
to make room for the new regime that Sean Payne's trying
Yep.
to bring in. So I don't know, Harv, did you get to see that article?
Yeah, I did, man. I'm paying close attention to everything, as you'll see here in a little bit. But yeah, the Jets. Wilson played all right, but you're right, Kendo. You took the words right out of my mouth, man. It was the
Brees
run
Hall.
game, Brees Hall, and that defense, man. They brought it home. I think they had the turnover to win the game at the end, and that's what kind of sealed the deal. And honestly, I feel bad for Zach Wilson, man. He was taking so much heat, just like I think he's the other. He has the other Dak on the other side in the AFC, man. Everybody was just dogging him. But at the end of the day, I kind of like these things. The way Zach Wilson, I think he's maturing before our eyes. Because if you see the way he would talk before, he was kind of egotistic, and I think he realized, man, you don't. The NFL stands for not for long, and you won't be here very long. So I like the fact that he's getting mature and he's getting better, man, and everybody's rallying. The team's rallying around him really are. So that's a good thing to see, man. But yeah, I expected them to win, but we'll see how they do next week, right? Against the
Philly.
Eagles.
Chiefs. The Chiefs defeat the Vikings 27-20. This is a close matchup right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this was a good game. Just Jefferson got hurt, went on IR today with a hamstring
Yep.
issue. Travis Kelsey had an injury. Kelsey had an injury scare. It looked like Achilles to me
It did.
the way he slept, but good thing it wasn't because Lord knows what they would have did without Travis.
Can you imagine, Kendall? I'm sure everybody's heart stopped, man.
Yeah, that the whole AFC
It-
would have been on notice, man. I'm telling you, because that everybody would. I mean, you don't wish injury
It's,
nobody, but that
it's like blood in the water, Kendall, with piranhas,
yeah.
man.
Hats off to Rasheed Rice, to the wide receiver for Kansas City. Scored a touchdown. He's looked good this year. I like him out of SMU. Um, yeah, Kansas City got it done. Good teams find ways to win, man. I do. I like that, and I think Minnesota's another team to watch at the trade deadline. They might start selling some pieces or whatnot. I can definitely see because they're not going nowhere this year. Now, not Justin Jefferson. I don't think they do because he just got hurt. But I think they can start. I heard some tricks on
Danielle
Kirk
Hunter.
Cousins. Yeah. Danielle Hunter. I heard some Kirk Cousins chatter about them. Might be trading him. Maybe I did hear that. They really can start selling some people at this deadline here because they're not.
The only thing with Kirk Cousins though is I think he has a no trade clause.
I believe he does, but you just watch Minnesota, man. They're not going anywhere this year. They need a lot, man. I think Minnesota they need a whole new redo there.
They
That's
do.
what I think they do.
Cowboys, what everybody's been waiting for. Dallas Cowboys go and lose to the San Francisco 49ers 42-10. This is me going first before you guys. All right, 49ers, you guys are the team to beat. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. That's not emotion talking. Hey, I'll tell you this. Fred Warner is a stud, man. He should be the defensive player of the year. The way him and Greenlaw, I mean, they work in sync. They take command. I that defense runs through Fred Warner. Fred Warner's everywhere. He is covering receivers. He's covering tight ends. He's getting to the. I mean, he's forcing every he dictates where every play goes, man. Well coached. Kyle Shanahan is the best coach in the entire NFL. Right now, the 49ers are the team to beat. Watch out. Whoever faces the 49ers, I really don't see anybody really I mean, unless the 49ers really decide just to take the brakes off, I don't see the 49ers losing the game right now.
Yeah, I just don't think it's a good matchup with San Fran and Dallas. I know me and Jerry talked on Friday about the game. Well, I don't think it's a good matchup, but I know Mike has been doing a lot of talking. I really thought out of all the stuff I heard from Dak and the coach this week, but this is a huge game. It's like NFC Championship game, it's like a Super Bowl, something like that for them. Thought they'd come out a little better than that, man. I think from Dallas, I think nobody's talking about this, but they need to find a legit number two receiver opposite of CeeDee Lamb. That's what I think they need to do. They brought in Brendan Cooks. He really hasn't done much. I know he did miss a game. Michael Gallup, I don't think he's fully healthy right now. He creates no separation. They're not getting nothing, no production at the tight end position. They can't run the ball. So I think it's a lot on Dak Prescott right now. And then you're going up against a loaded team, man, San Francisco. I like how they built that team in San Francisco around Purdy. A lot of pieces, offensive line, running game, tight end, receiver, everything in legit deep defense. I just don't think it's a good matchup for Dallas. I just don't think so. Maybe they can see him again in the playoffs, and maybe they can get it done. Then I would truly doubt, but I don't like the matchup on paper for Dallas. I think Dallas still missing a lot, and not to mention that Diggs injury. I don't think that Diggs injury had no effect on this game right here. Because if you look at how San Francisco was winning, what I mean, they still got Gilmore, they got Bland. I don't think that Diggs injury played a lot of factor in San Fran winning it, in Dallas losing this game. Because I just don't. Then they neutralized Micah Parsons too. They neutralized Micah. He couldn't really do much. He didn't have no pressures or whatnot. But Demarcus Lawrence nowhere to be found. And I just feel like I just don't think it's a good matchup for Dallas right now. I think they need a little more before they be ready for San Fran.
I'll say this. I'm gonna give a shout out to my guy on Instagram, keeping it real 009. He says, "Is my Cowboys trading Dak?" No, they're not trading him. He's here to stay. Just so you know. He also said, "What is your take on Cal Pitts maybe coming to Dallas?"
Mm. Well, if Falcons keep winning, they're not going to trade Cal Pitts. And they finally got him involved last week.
Well, this is what I'll say, man.
Steven White says, they just got lucky. The West has 3 good teams. East has 2. Lions alone. Then the South has 3 teams. Good case.
I think well, I looking at the film, man, I think there's a lot more to it than people think. A lot more to it. And I'll just leave it at that. I don't think we need more pieces. I think we need with the injuries and stuff like that. I don't think, like Kendall said, he says we need a lot of pieces. I don't think that's the case. I think we need pieces. I don't think we need a
Well,
lot.
I didn't mean a lot. I'm just saying y'all need to use what you do have. And CeeDee Lamb not getting used like that. So I mean, you brought in Brandon Cooks to be that the deep threat guy.
Yeah, I think they're just not using him right, Kendall. That's all it comes down to. You have the personnel there, you're just not using it. It's fixable. The offense is fixable.
It's very fixable. And I think there's still time to it's week 5. I mean, from what I've seen is this offense just is not gelling right now. It's just taking some time to gel. Obviously they changed a lot more than what we think. There's an Achilles 28 saying too much negativity in here. Let's go Cowboys, Super Bowl champs 2024. He says Niners will we will beat them in the playoffs rematch. So it says watch. Look, the only thing I can say, non-biased opinion, is this is what happens when your team believes in the vision. Is everybody knows what to do and they handle they handle the job, they handle the business. Uh, Brock Purdy, I'm gonna give you props right now. He's playing phenomenal. He knows exactly where to go with the ball. He knows exactly where he's throwing the ball. He knows it needs to be out in the 3-step, the 5-step, the 7-step drop back. He knows exactly where he's going. Why? Because he's been coached up the right way. Dak has been in this league for 8 seasons. Dak has learned how to play quarterback a different way. In fact, he had to learn how to play quarterback. He didn't come into the league as a quarterback. He was RPO mainly guy. Gruesome injury. It was the craziest injury I've ever seen on actual TV myself personally. But definitely, I mean, I cannot defend Dak. Dak has to regroup. Mike McCarthy has to regroup. They need to figure out what's going on with his offense, how to make it click. Maybe we could see better performances out of these Dallas Cowboys. But right now, the 49ers put them in their place. Well, okay, Monica Pro says, I hate to do this, but I am finally seeing it. We need a new quarterback. Oh, man.
That was a lot of the problems.
Achilles 20 says, I'm a diehard Cowboys fan. I cried in my sleep. Hey, it's all good, man. The final game of week 5 was the Packers at Raiders. And believe it or not, the Raiders, they won. They actually won another game. Wow. We should just crown them right now Super Bowl champs because they're the greatest team ever, man. I'll tell you that much right now.
Yeah. Like the Raiders won last night. Jordan Love, what, 3 interceptions last night?
Yep.
Yeah.
One of them I don't think was his fault, but I mean, damn, it still goes in as an interception. He was missing Aaron Jones last night. I expect a lot more from Green Bay against the Raiders last night. Jordan Love, this team is still young. They have an incredible young offense. Tight end, receiver, running back, quarterback. Their offensive line, they're real young. And just forget the left tackle Bakhtiari, he's out. Well, I think he tore it was ACL or meniscus or something like that. He's out for a while. So out for the year. So I think there was missing some key pieces of offense. Raiders, Devontae Adams, they got Jacoby Myers. Like what I seen a little bit from Josh Jacobs. How about that Raiders defense? They have struggled the
Yeah,
first
they have.
week of the season, but they really came on last night. Marcus Peters making some plays. Max Crosby is an absolute freak. They got some guys there, man. If Raiders maybe they schedule the next month of the season ain't too hard, man, so they can string together some wins here and there, man. They can really probably make a little run or whatnot. We'll see. But Jimmy Garoppolo, you know he's out. He's gonna get hurt. Just wait on it. He's gonna get hurt, man. They got New England this week. Should be an interesting game. Patriots with the Patriots West out there, and Ray, they got a lot of former Patriots out there. But that's gonna be a good game to watch Sunday. But yeah, man, Raiders finally got on the board. They got the win. They 2-3 now, I think. So they can string together a little bit. They can really start building something there with the Raiders. But yeah, very disappointed Green Bay. I thought it was a game they could take in Las Vegas.
Yeah, man. I honestly thought too the same thing. I thought Love was playing good. He's been playing good, and I thought they were gonna go in there and get a win, man. Honestly, looking at the Raiders, they've only been averaging, I think, like at the time before the game, like 12 points a game or something.
Yeah.
Like I was like, that's a given, man. Green Bay's gonna win, and especially having Devontae Adams, man. You think they score more points? Now they're averaging 15 with this win. That's really low, man. 15 points with Devontae Adams and Renfro, and I don't know, man. I couldn't believe Green Bay lost this game.
Yeah.
They had the win, and they did it to themselves. That's basically what happened. I don't think the Raiders really won the game.
Well, that's it for our week 5 recap, but we do got a game coming up this Thursday. Broncos at Chiefs, intra-division rivalry. What is your predictions, gentlemen?
Yeah, I'm going with the Chiefs. If I'm not mistaken, I think the Chiefs have beaten them like 15 straight times or something like that.
Wait, why are you saying like that, man?
No, I'm just saying because I know the Patriots have
Like,
beaten the Jets.
dang, bro.
Yeah, Patriots got the second. They beat just
He
like
said like
16
50
straight
times.
I
No,
think I'm not even sure. Y'all might have to look that up. I
I
think
think
they beat them.
he's right. They have a record like it's going crazy right now.
I think it's 15. I might gotta look it up. But I think it's 15, 14. I know Mahomes has not lost to them. I don't think, but I want to say 15, man. But they have beat them a lot. It's not gonna change Thursday. So I'm taking Kansas City. I think it's gonna be close though, but I'm gonna take Kansas City. 31-23.
So the Chiefs have won 15 consecutive games against the
Oh snap! I
Broncos.
was right.
The longest winning streak in this rivalry. The Chiefs are allowing 2.8 scoring plays per game and second in the league.
They won 15 straight. So when was the last time they beat Kansas City?
Um,
2000 and was it
well,
oh, that's crazy.
2000 what?
2012.
Oh
Because
my.
Mahomes came in 2050. Was it no, Mahomes been in 2016 or 17, I think.
That's crazy, man. That is insane.
I know, man.
Wow.
Let's see. We're getting a little bit behind on this. Alex says, "Do the Cowboys have a lack of leadership on the team?" This is what's been going around. We can talk about it on the Cowboy Cast, or we can talk about it now. Let's talk about it now.
Kendall, what do you think? You're the outside guy.
uh,
So just so you know, what they've been saying is they don't have a Michael Irvin type
yeah,
leadership.
I agree because I mean I seen a picture of CeeDee Lamb on the sideline standing away from the team. I don't like that. As I mean, you're supposed to be you're the alpha. You're the number one receiver of this group. You're supposed to be a leader, whatnot, CeeDee Lamb. You're standing to the sideline during the play. I mean, that's not a good look for you because because you're not getting the ball or you can't. I mean, I think I don't know what's y'all view. I know I've seen a lot that he wasn't open, but then I seen some said they weren't trying to give him the ball. But I did see when he was getting locked up a little bit this game. CeeDee Lamb was. He wasn't getting open a lot. He was not creating a amount of separation. I watched every snap of the game. He wasn't. There was probably a couple plays he was open, but by the time he was open,
Can
pressure did get to
can
that.
You go back and watch
Kendall,
all
you
22.
gotta go watch all 22, Kendall.
All 22 is where it's at, and you'll find out the truth.
It's very embarrassing. I'll
Yeah,
tell you that.
You'll see why he was acting like that. You'll see that Dak blew a lot of I mean opportunities. I think that alone CeeDee Lamb could have scored like 2 touchdowns if he would have just looked at his way.
yeah,
Alone.
but a lot of that has to go with the offensive line. Dak was feeling he was getting
Oh
sped
no,
up, didn't have time to get to him.
Kendall,
Dak,
no, Kendall.
Dak didn't even look his way.
Didn't
Yeah.
even look his way, Kendall.
Not even at all.
Well, what's y'all view on it? I mean, I seen today that I
It's
mean
bad. It's bad, kiddo. The cow like Mike McCarthy needs to get help like ASAP, man, because whatever he's doing, this offense is too slow. It's too slow. It's too old for
Yeah.
this modern day you know NFL that we're in. It's too bad. Yes, there's some leadership that is lacking. There is leadership lacking. I think that Dak is a great leader. He's a great person, a great human being. But for whatever reason, this offense is just not working. So I think in this case, it's not leadership. I think it's more organizationship.
execution too.
Yeah.
Dwight Thrasher says, "What up? What
What up, Dwight?
you guys at the end?" He goes, "We will see if they have leadership on the team on the next game. How will they handle themselves after getting embarrassed?" I think this is the game. For that, you're gonna have to keep on. You're gonna have to make sure you are on the Cowboy Cast. Of course, you're watching East West Football, where this is the People's NFL Network. You get it. You get to chime in, even if you're a Cowboys hitter. It's all good. Come on in. This is the only time my bias gets. I actually put down my bias. Har puts on his bias, and Kendall puts on his bias, and we talk about the NFL. Because regardless, I'm a fan of the NFL. I'm a fan of certain teams of what they do. I love Kyle Shanahan as a coach. I think if he was the Cowboys head coach, we're talking about a new dynasty. I'm talking about a 5-year run where we're getting Super Bowl with Dak Prescott. You know what I mean? And annoying people even more. I love how teams build their teams in the offseason. It is what it is, but this is where we all can come together, talk about football. You have your platform, you have your outlet to get out, and it is what it is, man. That's what you get here by subscribing to the East West Football. Remember, we're on the road for 1,000. Like it, help us. Let us get there. What he said, sorry, I'm cooking a burger, chile con queso style. Nope.
Let's go.
I like that. I like that. Gentlemen, anything else before we get off? Week 6, here we come.
Yep, week 6, man. Season's getting away from us. So
It really is.
already about to be week 6, man. Appreciate everybody joining us tonight. 5 million Kansas Packs talk. A little on the weather tonight, won't be going live tonight, but hey, I appreciate the help, man. Kansas Packs talk down at the bottom. Subscribe on Twitter, IG, everything. I really do appreciate it, man.
So before we go, I'm gonna ask you guys a quick question, and it can be real quick. Who's separating themselves from the AFC, Jerry? NFC.
All right, Marco.
Right now, or by the end of the year, who's going to do it?
Right now.
In the AFC,
It's a mess in the AFC right now. It's bad, man. I mean, right now the Jets look like they could be all right with A-Rod if they continue this trajectory, but still they've lost so much. You know what I mean? They've lost so much. But other than that, I really, I'm gonna have to bank with the Chiefs, but even the Chiefs look like they're playing like shit too, man.
Yep.
in the NFC, I'm gonna watch this game. It's be I think it's one of the biggest games of the week. I'm going with Seattle over Cincinnati. If Seattle can beat Cincinnati, that's gonna tell me a whole lot. I don't think so, because even if they win, Cincinnati been struggling this year, so a lot of people say, "Well, the Bengals been bad." But if Seattle can get that win, get to 5-1, 4-1, I think a lot of people need to start paying a lot more attention to the Seattle Seahawks. Detroit, like what they're doing too. But since Seattle did beat Detroit a couple weeks ago, I'm gonna go with Seattle in the NFC, who's really going to separate. So people going to start talking about them the next month of the season. In the AFC, it's kind of tough. I picked the easy pick, Miami, I guess. But I think Miami and Seattle going to begin to separate themselves from the pack even bigger than what they are now.
The only reason I say that is this is for the people. We are unsure of who's really separating themselves, other than probably San Francisco, really.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But everybody else is kind of playing, kind of, sort of. So if that's your team, be hopeful, man. You never know. We still got a long season to go.
Yeah, I like where you're going with it, Harv, because I feel like I know some Lion fans that don't even believe in their own Lions team, man. It is what it is, man, and it ain't what it ain't. And same thing goes for the Eagles. Right now the Eagles are very hush hush. I don't hear them being fly, what is it, Bird Gang or whatever, Fly Eagles Fly. I don't see them. All I see is nothing but Niners and gang. That's all I see. So
if the Niners stay healthy, man, I told somebody this earlier, and we're not even a month into the season yet. We'll be a month into it next week. If the Niners stay healthy, knock on wood, they don't suffer no injury. We know injury's part of the sport. Niners will represent NFC in the Super Bowl. I think that if they can stay healthy, Niners, because they're always in the Final Four.
Yeah.
Like they're kind of like Duke or whatnot, or the Celtics from the NBA. They're always in the Final Four. But if they can stay healthy, San Francisco will. I think this is their year. They got Purdy for the full year in this offense. He doesn't turn the ball over. He throws the ball kind of weird, but the ball gets there though. And he got so much talent. He don't got to be perfect. If they stay healthy, San Fran to be they're going out of the way this year if they can stay healthy.
Dwight says Jacksonville going to make a real run this year. That's my dark horse. They shouldn't be a dark horse, Dwight.
Too inconsistent.
They just need to get fixed their consistency, but they should not be a dark horse. They should be the reigning AFC South champs. Gentlemen, I think that's it for us on our Week 5 recap, man.
All righty.
TikTok, be nice.
Everybody be nice.
Yes,
Keep it
sir.
real.